just got a little into ice cream sandwiches. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna have one every night for like 4 nights.
Feel better?
Oh, really?
Oh man, I look fat as fucking shit in this thing.
No, you don't, dude.
Look, you know, one time I bought, what is it, sex wax?
Yes.
And actually tried to use it as lube. True story.
What? Lube for what?
Sex!
My mama didn't raise no kook.
No.
I think everybody has longer arms than me or skinnier boards. Hey!
Break it out.
I'd give Kevin a 25% chance that he will stand up on a surfboard on a wave while it's going. I don't know, Tully looks like he might have like lost some weight. He might be in better shape than he usually is, and fucking how hard can it be? But I'm telling you, these guys will surprise you. They're that bad. He's standing up with his feet together. He's so dumb and fat. Oh, shit! I present to you the 2 newest surfers of the tribe, Kevin and Michael. Ain't it great?
That was good. I was getting really pissed off. The times that I actually got up, it didn't feel like I should have been able to. It was like wobbly as shit. I was slow, but somehow got up.
I'm glad I stood up on that one. I really wanted to get up on the blue one, but next time.
Oh, my penis has no feeling in it. Let's see how my nipples are. Okay. They're still there.
This guy right here got up right away. I was a little bit worried that he wasn't going to get up. He had a hard time with the cold, the rocks, but guess what? He manned up and he surfed today.
That was impressive. They surfed. I mean, obviously they look like kooks. That was inevitable, but they both got waves. So I say this is a complete success. Hey, where's your cum tattoo?
Oh, it's on the back of my leg.
Yeah, he got cum tattooed on his leg and he didn't realize. He thought it was fire.
Bye-bye.
Am I ready?
Jason Ellis! Woo!
2, 1.
I like this button.
Jason Ellis! Woo!
Yep, that's right, everybody. Your mom's hot. My balls is totally moving, new and improving. Not that we get back, girl. I've got the heart and desire. My balls are on fire, ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mom is a nice lady? Yeah, she's really nice. All hail the king of the West. Yeah. Hey. Ooh, almost said it right off the bat. But hey, everybody, nice people. It's nice to know you guys. I was just saying that your mom's hot, but if she's dead, is that inappropriate? I have a guest on the show today. I gotta get it.
She was hot?
Yeah, she was, because she could. Is she hot? Have I gone? I mean, if she's dead, you're like, dude, she's not hot. She's dead.
Right.
What if she was never hot and now she's dead and I said she was hot?
What if
It's
she was
almost
never
like-
hot and she's dead, but I'd still hit it?
Not when she's dead.
Is that disrespectful?
Are you saying when she's in the ground or before she died? Or a ghost fucker?
It depends on her current state of existence
Right.
or lack thereof.
Right. You're saying if there's a pussy left, you'll fuck it?
Oh my! You got to honor the dead. We all know that.
Yeah. That's the problem with the world today. Nobody honors the dead anymore.
Sure.
Japanese people.
Yeah, why is it Marjorie
understand
Taylor
something.
Greene talking about how we're not
Yeah.
fucking the dead? Think about it.
How is that not a traditional Christian value?
Jonathan Freeman is on the show again. Fuck yeah! He was on the show.
You've been on the show like 3 times.
Yeah,
in
we're
a
sick
week.
of you, man.
Hey,
What's
I
up?
want to apologize. First off, I was like the hardest guest to get. First time,
Oh, yeah.
my son's appendix burst.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old.
That's
So
true.
we're in the ER for like or in the hospital for 13 days.
It was a good excuse.
Second time, the whole family got COVID.
That was a good one,
Legit
too.
excuses.
Yep.
But this is a dream come true to be on this show. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so stoked to be here.
That's cool that your dream would be to be on the show, and then we did the show and it didn't record video.
I know. I'm really happy your dream
What a cool
has now
dream.
come
Yeah.
true twice.
Yeah.
It's true. The dreams
1.5
just keep
times.
coming true.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that was a real fucker. That was like a bad day for me too. I was like, you know what I wouldn't want to hear on top of my day is something that bad happened to the show. And I was like, really? No video? The whole show? Yeah. I was like,
It's all good, man.
They were amazing
I was
stories.
excited. You called me,
Yeah.
and I thought there was bad news. I'm like, did I say something?
yeah.
And he's
No, you
calling me
didn't.
going, dude, you're canceled.
Yep.
I was mini golfing
show's
with the
over.
kids, and you said, I got good news and bad news for you. I go, what's the bad news? He goes, we got no video. We got part of the audio. And I went, I think that means I get to come back again.
That's
and
what
I
it
was,
meant.
Thank you.
Bad
Thank
news,
you.
Jonathan. We got a call from the guy who represents the guy who had the wound everyone was fucking. Turns out that guy is pretty heavily connected in Hollywood.
You violated HIPAA law by discussing patients who were stabbed in the side and then allowed their sides to be molested.
that guy's a Scientologist.
If anybody wants to catch that story, we have a Patreon. It's Patreon/Ellis, mate. And we do a lot of shows there. And we also drop exclusive bombs every now and then when we fuck up the video for the podcast. So there is an interview, an amazing interview, which is another reason why it wasn't that bad to ask you to come back. Because I think if we had a Sirius XM show, you would just be a regular because you're one of the better guests that fits us. Do you know what I'm saying?
Wow,
Like, there's-
that's amazing. Thank you
felt
so
like-
much for saying that. You guys were so welcoming, and I thought maybe I crossed some lines.
Yeah,
I'm like,
because
I
he
went
said
too
that on the
dark.
phone when I called him about, like, hey, man, I fucked up the video. And he was like, man, I hope I didn't say anything inappropriate. And I was like, no, dude. No, the guy with the wound that got infected because he was charging people $5 to fuck it is the Jason
We
Ellis
should
Show.
clear it up. I was a paramedic for 10 years.
Yeah,
That's
good
where the
grief.
story came from. And also,
Very professional. See, it's like you've
very
done this
professional.
before.
Proud Patreon member. It's worth it. If you're not a Patreon member, these guys are working their guts out, and ladies putting content out. $5 a month.
It's crazy.
Dude,
it's a steal.
it's a steal. It's a steal.
It's
Do it.
$1 cheaper than the King and the Sting.
Good point.
Is that so?
Well, they're $6
Oh, wow.
a month, but we have a video and bonus shows that cost more than that. So
What do you think they're doing with that extra dollar they get a month?
Well, they said that they're not doing it for the money.
We'll make it $5.
In the campaign where they're doing a promo about everybody should get their Patreon, they specifically say several times that they don't do it for the money. I kind of believe him, but I also kind of don't think he knows that he's also doing it for the money.
King and the Sting's amazing too.
King and
by
the Sting
way.
and the Wing, it's called now. Sorry. It's a good show,
It's a
dude.
good show.
It's got fucking 3 powerhouses on it, so it's pretty hard to be a shit show. You
I'm
know?
a podcast mega fan. So again, if you're watching this, to sit here in this chair in this insane studio, dream come true.
Well, let's do dream come trues because yesterday we went surfing and we really, to me, I feel like you came down there, got gear for all these guys, got in the water and helped these guys catch waves. Nobody fucking does that for people. So I am incredibly grateful for what you have done for us because I think it's way heavier than us having you on the show. I mean, think about it, guys. We fucking went to the beach. It's all there.
Yeah.
You get a lesson, you get some waves. There's no way if you went with me and I had my boards and I bought some wetsuits for you guys, you were not going to get video footage of you catching a wave. I don't know how to get you on one.
So look, all joking aside.
What's your friend's name as well?
That was Phil. Phil's
Phil.
a stand-up comedian. He's been doing it about a year and a half. Phil Withers.
Okay.
Good
Well, thanks
dude.
to him too, because that was really fucking cool of both of you.
I'm not going to say that it's like top 10 on my bucket list or anything, but I definitely would say that surfing is something that I've always wanted to do. And I'd go one further. When I moved to Los Angeles, now it's over 15 years ago, that I just made that assumption because we have these dumb ideas about what cities are like when we've never been to them before. I'm like, well, if I'm going to go to LA, I'm going to do LA. I'll get a place right by the beach. I'll be a surfing guy. And 17 short years later, I finally made good on my promise to myself.
But wait,
Yeah.
I have to ask, whose dad was a surfer?
My dad was.
Your dad was. So
Yeah.
I want to know about
Huh.
that when we get to you. Like, if you're going to talk to him, if he's still alive and all the deal. And if he's not, I'm sorry I said that, but
No, it's okay.
Dad wanted you to surf. You're a surfer now. And that's amazing. I'm stoked. But thank you, man. Yeah. Once you're a surfer, once you get up, technically on paper, you're a surfer. Both of you guys,
Yeah.
I was a little suspect. We got in the water and you had the eye of the tiger.
Okay.
He talked about his dick the whole time. His
Yeah,
balls.
Kevin
I had the-
talks
I-
about Kevin talks about his dick and his nipples like 75% of the time.
He heard there were stingrays. I could see his eyes. He got a little scared. Both these guys, though, stood up.
Were you scared when you went out there?
No.
Nervous?
I know Jonathan said like it's very rocky and there's a lot of moss on them.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it to be that rocky, so I was slipping a lot. The water was pretty cold, so when it did reach my penis, I did at one point maybe once or twice scream out, "Yow, my penis."
Yeah. No, you said something about your penis a lot.
And then one of the times when I got on the
You
board,
showed it to me.
I squashed my
True,
penis.
I can confirm.
At one
that
point,
he-
I was like, "You got to
did.
stop saying penis. It feels weird." And then he just pulled his wetsuit up and goes, "Look at it."
and that's
And I'm like,
that's
"But
not
that's the opposite
time
of what
ever.
I said."
You
to
never
do.
show your penis to somebody
Yeah.
after being in
Yeah.
cold water. That's
Yeah.
man stuff 101.
oh, but
I've seen it in so many other ways, and
Yeah.
it didn't flinch me.
to be
This show-
fair, Jason and I have seen each other's penises so many times it doesn't even matter at this point.
It's so unfortunate, but it's so true. Oh my god, what the fuck? We have a weird dick connection.
It's
I just
all right,
realized we're
you
just
know?
always dick stunts. It's you and me, baby. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
It's been a lot of cock watching over the years.
But real talk, a lot of people don't get up their first times. Both.
I
of you-
thought Tully wasn't going to get up.
they got up multiple times.
He got
Okay.
up first try.
Yeah. he
Why,
was-
why did you think I was not going to?
Judging by the way you was jumping up on your board when Jonathan was helping you on the beach,
Oh.
it just looked like you were going to do it incorrectly. And,
Yeah,
and
the
I-
center, the placement of the feet in the center, that's what I was worried about for you guys. But
Kevin had trouble with that, but Tully didn't.
no, you popped
You're not
up
much
right
of
away.
a paddler, but when you got up in the right spot and the board seemed light and you didn't do like a bunch of wobbles or anything. You just stayed right there and found your groove instantly. And I was like, okay, fucking, I'm wrong.
Well, the waves were
You might have lost weight too. Did you lose some weight?
kid size. I don't know. I go up, I go down.
Right. I
I'm
feel
not-
like you're down right now.
Yeah, I would say there's like a 15-pound range you've ever seen
Yep.
me in, and I'm like at 5 out of those 15 right now.
Also, I have to bring up, I don't know if we caught it on video. If anybody wants to watch, I recommend watching the show on YouTube. It's free. Every episode is there. But on this one, we have them actually surfing. Like these guys are surfing, and you can watch it right now. And Tully wore
Oh yeah.
long johns under his wetsuit. And I showed up. I was
And this
hanging
guy's
out with
backing me.
Kevin. Well, we'll see. Oh, really?
Oh yeah. He looked like he
Oh,
was ready
okay.
for a no-gi match. How is that not rad, dude?
Okay,
That
are you being?
style?
I can't tell because I'm not much of a surfer. But to me, I thought he had long boxer shorts on, so I only saw that, and I didn't know that he had a top on underneath. And then when he took it all off, I go, "Wait, do you have long johns on?" And he said, "Yeah, I read that it could prevent rash."
It's correct. It's called fashion, is it not? And it's also
I look great. I feel great. I don't see what the downside is.
he felt great.
Do
good
you
mindset.
do you look great?
I look real good. Yeah.
Dude, he looked like.
And
like
you're saying, because I don't know. I
I'm
feel like
saying-
you got too much respect for Tully
No,
to
no,
tell
no.
him.
listen,
saying-
Tell
you're
me
saying
honestly,
if I do it-
I don't care.
If I show up next time we go surfing, I got Under Armour suit on. You're like, yeah.
he's concerned about getting ball rash and nipple rash. We talked about that a bunch on the
Yeah, but if you
Patreon.
have a wetsuit, that prevents that. That's what the
Well,
wetsuit is
He
for.
doesn't wear a wetsuit all the time.
Wait, you're saying that wetsuits give you nipple rash?
If we were out there longer,
Yeah.
that's what a rash guard is. People wear rash guards. That's where they
But they
came
wear the
from.
rash guard under the wetsuit.
Absolutely. That's what it was designed for.
I did not know that.
Wear it underneath.
I thought you only wore a rash guard when you didn't have a wetsuit on so that you didn't get your nipples
You
checked.
do. In warm water, too, you wear it for sun protection and so your nips don't go. But also, here's the thing.
Shit.
Dude, I see this guy in that getup in the parking lot or on the sand. I'm thinking he's jujitsu guy. I'm going to let him get whatever waves he wants. I think it's brilliant. I think it might be a game changer.
Maybe
In
I should
fact,
tie off like a Karate Kid bandana next
Hell
time as well.
yeah.
You may as well.
It was fine. It was
I could be a
Okay.
surf ninja.
Well, my bad. I was ready
He
to...
didn't know, Jason. He could have worn long underwear, but he was concerned about the balls. He wants to keep that shit tight. He wants to have a nice rig.
Well,
You're
so-
saying if I got video of him putting a wetsuit on with long johns underneath, that wouldn't be on Kook of the Day?
It would. It's not.
It would, though.
It's not normal.
Interesting.
It's different.
You're saying that it would make it on Kook of the
I'm
Day.
saying there's potential for it to catch on, which is bizarrely.
We need Kelly Slater. If Kelly Slater puts one on, everyone's going to be like, okay.
We're not going to see that
So
happen.
what do most people wear under? I've never worn a wetsuit before, obviously. What do most people wear, if anything, underneath them?
Okay, mostly people wear nothing.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, they wear like the Under Armour, underwear that are tight. fitting.
Like boxer briefs?
Yes, boxer
Yeah.
briefs that are tight. A lot of guys do that.
Right. So these were tight fitting. Like they weren't like pink, like I live in the Klondike with the fucking trap door in the back.
No, but
thing.
they were full length.
They were full length. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that was what upset Jason
understand that, yeah.
Definitely upset.
caught the eye
Yep.
of him. Yeah,
Right. Right.
I'm triggered.
sorry.
I love the wetsuit experience.
Good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I hate cold water and it was completely tolerable in a wetsuit for me.
But you didn't go with the hood. I had you went with
did
the
not.
hood.
I thought about it, but I have
Yeah.
some, Jonathan, I have some pride.
Uh,
I did feel weird wearing the helmet.
Have
You
you,
looked
seen
good.
Have you seen pictures of yourself in it?
I saw some of the Instagram stories and
Oh fuck.
It's
I
a
forgot
you
bonnet.
made it on Kook of the Day.
I saw.
Yeah.
You know what you look like? You look like a pilgrim, a very sweet pilgrim.
Yep.
I
look like a very sweet pilgrim's wife.
Yes.
I look like a beached whale. My fucking
Sometimes.
belly in that goddamn wetsuit was so pronounced. That was very
That's
embarrassing.
an issue.
Yeah,
you
you got-
can't hide in the wetsuit.
The Jason Ellis Show has always been all about fitness and health, and that's why we are
Jacked.
happy to be sponsored by.
We're huge Jackmans and we're action sports athletes.
That's right. I'm sure you've noticed how much more jacked we've gotten recently, and we give 100% of the credit to FitBod,
Yeah.
which is an app that we've all downloaded. All joking aside, folks, we've been talking
This is
for
serious.
years.
No jokes.
I'm
Listen.
not. I forbid
Michael's
you.
serious.
I forbid you to laugh.
Yeah.
Guys,
Pay attention and shut up.
That looks like a very funny thought you've had, Kevin. I'm going to ask you to keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm telling everybody
It's
about
not time to be funny.
FitBod. Look, there probably aren't a lot of 15-year-olds listening to this show. You're worried about fitness when you're 40, and you're starting to think about 50, 60, 70. Am I going to be the shredded grandpa at the beach that I've always dreamt of being?
People love that guy.
Or am I going to be
Yeah.
a big fat tub of goo? And that is where FitBod comes in. They want to give you a plan, a sustainable plan for today and tomorrow.
Yeah, they got like an algorithm that will analyze your workouts. It keeps tracks of things. Even if you only exercise a couple days a week, it also can track your muscle recovery and stuff. It balances your workout plan, and it's got a really easy to use interface. It integrates with like your Apple Watch, smartwatches, and stuff like that. Makes it all very, very easy for you to have a plan and stick to it.
Build your fitness habit and become a better version of yourself with FitBod. Get 25% off your subscription or try out the app for free when you sign up now at fitbod.me/Ellis. That's 25% off, everybody. Off your subscription when you sign up today at fitbod.me/Ellis.
Talking to you once again about Manscaped. There I was, guys, the other day. Picture me
All hairy and stuff.
all hairy
Ew.
in the tub, nice warm bath, just admiring the magnificence of my naked body.
Wow.
Specifically, my glorious scrotum and testicles. And I thought, boy, they've been really good to me, but am I being good to them?
Yeah.
And that's why I was so thankful that I had a vast array of high-quality Manscaped products at my disposal.
Yeah, they're really handy. The little guard and stuff. It's never been more easy for me to get my look. And as a 50-year-old that is now having, obviously no hair on my head, but back hair and neck hair, ear hair. Man, almost dropped an F-bomb. A lot of things are attacking me. So I fight the good fight with Manscaped, and it works.
Yeah, and you can get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Ellis at manscaped.com. It's time to get wet and clean with your new Manscaped shower routine.
You got a little fatter.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, yeah, you do.
I'm exercising every day. I'm eating better.
Oh, really?
I went and got a physical recently and hopped on the scale. And I'm like, fuck yeah, here we go. Not a pound has dropped. Like,
Yeah.
this is fucking bullshit. I need to speak to the manager of exercise. I need a refund or something, because it's not fair. Why am I eating fucking overnight oats every morning when I still look like a fucking slob?
What do you eat at night? What do you eat in the day?
Salad and veggie egg white omelets
That's it. That's what you have.
for the most part. Yeah, and it sucks.
Do you
I hate life.
intermittent fast? Like, how long between
Yeah.
meals do you go? You go to sleep at night. How long before you take your first bite of
That's a
something?
good question.
I usually start eating when I wake up.
Yeah, go 12 hours when you go to sleep. It's super easy.
Yep.
And then it'll get easier. You can do 13, 14 hours. You'll
It's hard to
drop
go
weight
back.
so quick.
Once you get used to it, it's hard for me to eat in the morning. Like, I fuck up when we do 2 shows here because I can do the first show no problem, but then the second show I'm like, man, I should probably eat something because it's like lunchtime, and I feel like my timing. Sometimes I'll eat at 3. That's the first meal, and that's not good.
Man,
Because I end up having dinner late, and it kind of fucking scrambles everything.
Speaking of food, this was a shocking turn of events. Jason had his wetsuit. I've surfed with Jason. He can surf, and he shows up, and Jason's not feeling well. Could care to fill us in what happened?
Yeah, I just woke up feeling shit. Katie and I ordered some food, and her stomach got really swollen and sore, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel that bad. I don't feel that good either, but I don't feel that bad. And then it escalated on the drive. And by the time I got to the water, I was like, man, I feel like shit. And I had the Pepto-Bismol because I had like heartburn. So I drank that. And then I was like, it's still hurting. So I drank some more before we went to the water. And I took a big skull and it just didn't sit right. And I knew it. As soon as I started walking towards the beach, I was like, Tim, we had a filmer there. Oh, yeah. Thanks to him, by the way, for getting all the footage. You guys are going to be so fucking stoked, dude. Like, I don't have video of me surfing yet, of me on a wave just surfing around. I caught a wave on Tabaroo and somebody got a photo of it from underneath the water of my board. That's it.
Yeah.
No one even, I don't have any proof that I was like, yeah,
Picture
you
it
guys
didn't
have
happen.
fucking straight up.
By the way, Jason claims that at Tavarua Cloud Break, one of the best waves in the world, it is a hard, heavy wave. And I've checked with people.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. Has been discussion. You told me you rode a 15-foot wave at Cloud Break.
no, I didn't.
Face.
No.
12 foot.
No.
10 foot.
Sal said, you just surf 6 to 8 cloud break. And I
Okay,
said, is
6
that good? And he
That's
said,
good.
that's crazy.
That's
dude."
crazy. So
Yeah.
6 to 8, when he says it, it's actually bigger than that because he was probably using Hawaii measurement.
Oh, wait,
which is-
Hawaii measurement
Yes.
is different?
We say, like yesterday, it was 1 to 2 foot. Actual measurements. They measure waves in Hawaii by the back of the wave. So 6 foot is actually 12 foot. 8 foot is actually 16 foot.
What?
And just being who you are, like you're going to go, that type of guy, I'm guessing it was probably 12 to 15 foot face.
Yeah, because I didn't even look at it. I was that scared. I remember because I got dragged. I told you I got dragged into it. It was more of get on your board, first go on the boat, but bring your board. Then, Jason, just go paddle out the back, stay out the back and just feel it. Watch these guys. And I was like, yeah, okay. And then someone was like, come over here. And it was a really good surfer, a pro guy who was like, come over here. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you ready to take a wave? And I'm like, you think that's a good idea? And he's like, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. And he pushed me in like you pushed those guys. So I didn't catch it by myself.
But it's a heavy, heavy wave with very shallow, sharp.
Yeah, the
coral.
fucking reef comes up. As soon as you're in it, there's shit coming up on the ground in front
And
of you.
please watch the YouTube video, because what happened to Jason before I took these gentlemen out surfing is fascinating. There was an elderly woman riding her bike by on her, just enjoying life.
That was awesome.
Beautiful day. And then she saw this man in beautiful Dana Point, California, do something.
Oh, you're
and
just
it's on the video. And it's
projectile
amazing.
vomiting. That was an impressive bark.
Hard vomit.
Yeah.
Hard
I
vomit.
felt way better after it.
I bet
Whatever was in there got out. That's
you
for
got
sure.
a lot out.
Yeah.
That was a nice
she
spray.
says something about getting a beer or something to me.
The lady on the bike.
She thought you were hungover.
Yeah.
Yeah. She thought you were just, I need a.
Yeah. And I had a liquid death in my hand, so I think she thought I was trying to hair the dog.
Get this in you, bro.
Yeah.
You'll feel better.
Yeah.
You gotta skull that Modelo, bro.
Modelo. This guy is a surfer. Modelo. Shit. Knows what's up.
I'm not gonna lie. When we got in the water and we started going, I was getting jealous that Tully got up on it was like what, your second wave, your second try, and then you kept getting up, and I was getting bummed out.
Yeah, I was too. I was like, what are you doing? Don't you snowboard? How come you can't get up?
That's what I thought, because we've all gone up on a mountain together in Aspen, and I've seen you ski.
You have,
and you take it very, very slow.
Yeah, I do.
And
If at all.
I know you haven't been on a skateboard before.
True.
And I'm a halfway decent snowboarder. I've been on a skateboard a bunch of times in my life.
We have skateboard footage as well of you shredding.
Where was that skateboard footage taken? Very special place, correct?
Yeah, he got lessons from Tony Hawk. They both did. They both got lessons.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, we went from surfing with you to going skating with Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And you're alive. That's what's most important. Sore? Are you guys sore?
Yes.
Yeah. How are you, Tully? Because you took a couple of hip checks on the vert ramp.
Yeah, you know what? I'm
Feeling them?
so much better than I thought I would be. I'm at the age where I can't really tell you until tomorrow.
Second day,
like
yeah.
day 2. But day 1 is so much better than I would have absolutely guaranteed. Because the worst thing that happened to me was, and you told us very, very clearly. Now we had very baby waves. We were in very shallow water. And the dismount. Not only did you tell me, I'd experienced that, by the time you get off, it's like a foot of water and there's rocks everywhere. So we had 2 boards, and Kevin and I both found the white one relatively easy to ride and the blue one more challenging. But I was sure I could do it. And we ran out of time. And my last try, I knew it was my last try, and I was pissed at myself for not getting up that last time. So I just did the angry, just let yourself reverse belly flop, back flop into a foot of water, and I landed squarely, probably right about where my liver is on a rock. And there's no mark or anything, but that was way worse than anything I did to myself skating.
Wow.
For sure. Yeah.
Holy moly.
But I'm okay.
I think the rock thing, because when I was a kid, I used to go down rivers with my dad. But with we escalated it to rafts because we started going in stuff where a canoe wouldn't make it. But the original first years were you had a canoe, guns, everything in there, and we would go down this river and everybody would be drunk except me because I was a kid.
Yeah.
If I got really cold, I was given a shot of whiskey. But
Australia.
those guys would.
But that was it because he was driving.
Fucking not far off. Seriously. But yeah, a couple times the canoe got caught and snapped in half. And I've told the story. I went down a river on a cooler, what I would call an esky, but holding on to it, and it kept rolling me off, and I'm crying, and they're all floating down, trying to hold beers and guns and shit. And I just remember my dad going, calm down, Jay. You'll be all right, And I'm like, help me. And he's like, no, you'll be all right. Just, you're all right. And I'm like, am I? And then, when you get to the shallow bits, that's when those rocks show up. It's not it's not surfing, but I've definitely gone really fast down across rocks where if you put your heel in too much, you're going to break your fucking leg. If you dip your ass a little too much, you're going to smash it really hard. So you do this weird, like you try to like make things light, but you're still hitting everything. I did that my whole life. Like my whole childhood had to survive getting skimmed down rocks. I feel like a wave skimming me along rocks because those rocks, they're round.
They are.
That Tavarua shit, it's like fucking, it's like things just like, I dare you to land on me. They're like knives.
You'll be cut open like a knife.
Yeah, no, they're round and they're like kind of mossy. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about Australia too, just a little thing, it's interesting to me that you chose skating because the level of surfing in Australia is so high.
Yeah.
It's so much higher than Hawaii and Australia. Like your average surfer is so much better than anybody in California. And it's a national sport. These are heroes. There's big billboards of Aki and all these pro surfers. You Mick Fanning, Joel Parkinson. It's on the nightly news on ESPN. Surfing is a huge part of the culture.
I never really thought about that. Why didn't you get more into surfing?
I didn't live in a spot where there was waves. I lived near the beach too, but
Right.
it was a beach break and it never had any waves. And the closest place that had waves is Torquay. And that is like 2-hour drive.
And
Oh, there you
cold.
And the first time I went, it was a really bad experience. I went when I was not pro, but on my way to being pro. And I went with another pro skateboarder who had got into surfing, Lee Ralph. And I got a short board. You know, there was like, here's your wetsuit, here's a board. You know, you're a pro athlete, you'll be fine. And we went out like in like Bells Beach where there's like this reef shit. And I paddle out there and I remember I get over, I can't duck dive. And I just so happened to get past the set. So the last wave, I just got over the top of it and Lee was on the other side. He's like, I thought that thing was going to fucking kill you. And I was like, what if it did? Because now I'm out there and I realize behind me when the wave arcs up, that reef comes out. And I'm like, wait, I can't, there's no way I'm making my first wave. And what? So I try to go on my belly because I was like, I'm not standing up on this. I'm trying to go back to shore. And it was just this reef knocking me over, dragging me all the way back to shore. And I'm like, fuck surfing. That's the dumbest shit ever.
Not to mention what's in the water in Australia. You have man-o-wars.
What is that?
A man-o-war is
I
like
love
a
that you know.
jellyfish that will destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
There's massive great white sharks. They have attacks. If you look it up right now, like the attacks in the last 2 years, fatal attacks in Australia,
50 to 70 per day.
pretty off the charts. So I
No,
mean,
it's not. What do you mean off the charts? How much?
it's a lot, dude.
Dude, do you
They've
know
been
what show
having
you're talking to?
serious problems, straight deaths. It's horrific. And they have nets at certain shark nets at certain beaches. And somehow they get around those sometimes. I
They
mean,
got nets. Some of them, they got them tagged.
you should look it up. How many?
Dude, do you think we've never looked up shark attacks on this show?
How
Are you
many
crazy?
fatal shark attacks in Australia in the last 5 years? It's high. It's not
Wait,
good.
more than 5?
Probably. Yeah.
As a percentage of population, how likely is an Australian to get murdered by a shark? would
Well,
you
they
say?
always say that you're more likely to get hit by lightning, which is probably true. And what they do, they come up, they take a bite, and they leave. But that bite, your femoral just starts spitting blood out and you die. They're not eating you. They're biting, going,
Well, one time,
he's
didn't
not
somebody
fat."
actually get eaten in Australia recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a guy got
yeah,
eaten on
yeah.
video.
Well, there's
But he went to a spot where they were like, they're in there.
there's 22-foot grown great whites
Yeah.
that are as wide as a VW bug. You know?
In
That's a monster.
Monster.
over 2020 and 2021, there were 11 fatal shark attacks in Australia.
That's 20. What year? In what
That's
sense?
five. That's like 5 per year.
5 per year.
Yeah. How many people are surfing?
Yeah. How many people surf times how many times do they surf?
Tons. But that
Right.
is much higher. You have South Africa and Australia. That's where everybody gets the fatals. We have them here in California.
Mhm.
We do, but it's not nearly as high.
Why do great white sharks not eat Californians, but they eat Australians?
They do. We had a fatal
So you're
attack.
saying don't surf here either?
Well, I put it like this. Like, let's say you were a skateboarder, which you are, and there were these underground dwelling beasts,
Yeah.
like tremors.
Yeah.
And you'd just be skating and something comes up from the cement,
Right.
bites your leg off.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing every time you're going surfing.
Yeah.
There's these things we cannot see.
Yeah.
Because you don't see them when they attack you. It's if you see a fin, that's great.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, they're checking me out. They come up from underneath and they strike.
Yep.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about that, Jason. What if every year in America, 5 skaters were fatally attacked by Chud.
Killed by a chud.
By Chud. Yeah. Would that affect? Like, would you tell Tiger to stop skating?
I don't like this question.
You would think about it.
I did. And my answer is if you want to skate, skate.
That's right.
Saltwater crocodiles too. Big problem. Big problem.
Really?
Central South America. Anytime you're surfing at a river mouth, which
Wait,
is where
a surfer has been attacked by a fucking crocodile.
dead, gone, lights out, dirt nap.
What?
Saltwater crocodiles, and
Yeah.
they take you underneath the water and
And
roll
do the death
you
roll, yeah.
in their mouth and do the death roll.
Yeah.
My
Glad
buddy,
that didn't happen
my buddy
yesterday.
went surfing in the Amazon. Piranha.
Stop it.
Right.
What about this is my biggest fear.
Okay.
Dead serious. The Amazon, you're taking a piss.
Yeah.
The thing that flies
Oh,
up your
I
urethra
know.
and,
Yeah.
and then spikes your
But why would
penis
you
hole?
pee in there if you knew that those things are in there?
Because you gotta pee.
It's like, yeah, well, then get out of the water.
That's a good point.
That's like cutting yourself and going in the water and shaking your bloody leg around. Like, you know that shaking blood around in the water can attract sharks.
That's true.
So peeing in this one place where you know there's an insect that goes inside your fucking dick hole in your meatus.
Stop being so lazy.
Can those penis monsters go in any other areas?
Yeah, you
Like,
got
are
your
they-
bum hole for sure.
Okay.
If it looks like a dick,
I don't think
any
so.
hole, any orifice.
Yeah.
is
But
fair
it
game.
seems
if you
like
pee out of your ass, it's going up there for sure.
Oh, that's my
Assuming-
favorite place to pee out of.
Right?
assuming there's like a.
That's how ladies do it, right?
That's exactly right. I know.
Katie?
Isn't that how
how
they
I
have
do it.
babies? That's
I
what
seen
babies
Katie pee out of her ass before.
That's why I don't lick butts. 'Cause that's where girls pee.
Ew. Everybody knows that it's gross down there, you guys. Women are like turtles. They shit their dick out. Yeah, man. BuckMason. That's what we're talking about right now. Do you guys, listen to me, guys. Do you like women? Well, check it out. Women, I know some. I met them, and they don't appreciate jank T-shirts. I know it's not right to be judged, the cover of your book or whatever, but you got to come in strong when it comes to T-shirts. And T-shirts are like a regular thing that guys wear all the time. But if you got a jank shirt on, you can't be taken serious. So this is like this is a public service announcement, guys. If your neck's stretched out and stuff, you can't hang like that. You're gonna lose respect in the game. So get your shirt game right and check these guys out because they run a tight ship when it comes to T-shirts.
Yeah, I mean they sent us some stuff to try out.
They're great.
And I legit love it so much. I went back and bought more stuff with my own money. I used our own promo code.
It works.
Yeah.
I've used our BuckMason promo code twice.
Yeah, they got that curved hem tee is sick.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
sick.
I have no idea what I'm doing
Oh my
with clothing.
goodness, how sick is
if
it,
you take
Kevin?
away my death metal shirts
Yeah.
and you take away my comic book related shirts,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. This makes it very easy to look like a respectable adult out
Does
in
your
public
girlfriend like
and
you
trick
more?
people. Oh yeah,
All right. I
big
bet.
time. Yep.
Once you try BuckMason, they'll become your go-to as well. Head over to buckmason.com/Ellis and get, this is what Kevin and I were both talking about, a free t-shirt with your first order. That's buckmason.com/Ellis. Get a free t-shirt with your first order, buckmason.com/Ellis. We are talking to you once again about ShipStation. We are always happy to talk to you about ShipStation because we know what we're talking about when it comes to ShipStation. Jason and I have been shipping people books, and I know if you got a book, a copy of Still Awesome, it feels like it came from a massive warehouse somewhere with a team of 1,000 minions shipping those things out. No, it's just me and a printer and books, and here's the most important part, ShipStation. I'm an idiot, and I had no trouble setting it up, and the orders, they don't fall through the cracks. I get them and they go out and people get them. Even you, Canada, and I know you don't like to hear this, but getting stuff to you is a major BITCH, but not with ShipStation.
You're right, Michael. You really are stupid. Don't let big guys keep all the good discounts to themselves. Sign up using the promo code Ellis for a free 60-day trial today at ShipStation.com. Start saving with every shipment. That's 2 whole months of discounted shipping absolutely free. Just go to ShipStation.com, click on the microphone at the top of the page, and type in Ellis, and Bub will be your uncle. ShipStation. Make ship happen.
Hey, you ever reminding me of a news story. A listener named Big Jim Slade sent me a link.
Big Jim.
Yeah, it's the future of getting things out of and perhaps into people's asses.
Nice. I hope it's
Nanobots, bro.
intrusive.
Nanobots form an amorphous slime.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can go in your stomach and grab stuff and then morphous slime it out.
Yeah.
That's wild. I heard something last night. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I would like one of those.
How long until it gets abused for pleasure?
Yeah, on my.
Immediately.
What'd you hear about
What's in my ass, Katie?
Prostate.
Yeah, we get one to massage my prostate, and I can just be shooting loads in my pants just at my own leisure.
Well, I heard there's a glove that's coming, okay?
Yeah?
So you could have a friend in China
Yeah.
who also has the glove.
Ah,
And there's this thing that you can put up any orifice
yeah.
and then they can manipulate it.
Yeah.
I don't want a guy from China to be in my ass.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if
I'm
that's
just
racist or
friends.
not, but
Make
they
some
just
friends.
seem a little prude.
Yeah, but they're so much cheaper. To
Right.
get an American to fist you costs like 5 times as much for
I'm
the
willing
same
to
job.
pay extra to get a good fisting.
I want
That's
my
just me,
fistings
though.
Made in the USA.
Yeah, I'm scared of amateur fists in my anus.
I want my fistings country
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. He doesn't have any addictions. Like, this guy's a professional.
I'm
That's
just
what I want.
excited that 40 years later, the Nintendo Power Glove is finally good for something.
Yes, thank God. What a joke that piece of shit
While
was.
Roby watches on jerking off.
Do they have one that'll just punch you in the face over and over again? Because I might be into that. Just stand in front of the TV, sucking myself in the
It
jibbies.
chokes you too. You put the glove right here.
Ooh.
Oh.
One does the choke and one does the fisting.
Does it all.
Man, I hate for my
Does
mum
it
to
all.
walk in.
The future is going to be amazing.
What do you think when you walk in and your kid is choking himself out with his fist in his ass?
That's
Is he going to be a good guy? Is he going to make it?
That's a fun talk. That's a good talk.
Do you talk? Hey,
Oh, you
I
gotta
noticed
talk.
you
You
were
have to
fisting
talk.
yourself and choking at the same time.
Fists
up with that?
aren't
It's
for
not
butts.
from my side of the family, that's for sure. You go
Right.
with the mom, you know.
Right. Why did your mum teach you to be so disgusting?
Yes.
That's the question. Right. Because it obviously wasn't your dad. Yeah.
It's disappointing to learn your mom's freakiness.
Yeah.
There's no bounds.
Dude, do you remember? Okay, the guy who wrote Fight Club, one of his most famous stories that he used to tell, he would tell it in bookstores and people would pass out. Do you know what it's about? It's about a kid that would jump in a pool, okay, when his parents were gone. And you know the suction unit on the bottom of the pool?
Yeah.
He would put his asshole on it and he would hold his breath. And one day, that suction started to suck too hard and he's trying to get to the surface of the water. He can't. So he starts to pull super hard and his intestine comes out of his anus and he's sitting there and he sees underwater his intestines floating. He can see the peanuts in the intestines. And he goes, the only way I'm going to survive this is if I bite through it. And he bites through it, makes it to the surface. He never fully grows up because it affected puberty. He's like 13. So he stays small. The family leaves the city, never comes back because everybody had heard about it. And it became this urban legend. That was written by the guy who wrote Fight Club. And people used to pass out when they heard the story.
But it's not true. He made it up.
Well, it might be true.
No, it's not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
You can't.
Very few
You
children
can't do that.
have the presence of mind to
If
bite through
anybody
their
would
own
know,
organs.
you would know.
I would know.
And you can't suck your intestines out your booty, right?
Yeah, you never got, when you were an EMT, you never got called to somebody that had
We
to
have
chew through their own
Prolapse
intestines.
vagina.
You've had to show up to somebody.
Ah.
Why do they need medical attention?
So this is wild shit.
I didn't even know they had that button on the medical alert.
Want to hear a paramedic story?
Yeah,
that's kind of.
Yeah.
We show up to this lady's house. She's the sweetest old lady. And we know about gravity, folks, right?
Yeah, it's a hell of
And
a
if
thing.
you live long enough, gravity really strikes back. This woman's probably 94, little old lady, sitting in her bed, covered up, sweet as could be. And we walk in and we're like, what's the problem, ma'am? And she goes, oh, let me show you. And she takes the sheet, she pulls it over, full prolapse vagina, just laying on the bed. And she's as cool as can be. And we're all trying to not throw up, maintain our composure. And she goes, oh, it's okay, sweetie. It's happened before. And yeah, that's the thing that happens. You get old enough, time, everything just starts to drop.
Well, I
That
guess-
fun one for the ladies out there.
I guess I had
Did you put it back in?
We did not. We don't touch that. That's a surgeon's job. You're just going to leave it in place, move her comfortably, take her to the hospital. That's for doctors and surgeons.
How far out?
Oh, dude. Oh, how far out was it?
Yeah.
It was like half inside, half out, right? So a good this is really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Big
a good
chunk.
chunk. Good
she's,
chunk.
She's tripoding for sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
absolutely.
could happen.
Oh,
But you didn't
yeah.
know that vaginas could
Yeah, we
prolapse?
told you that.
I didn't know that it could happen repeatedly. I always assumed that once it happened, you were past the point of it having a procreating function anyway. So they removed some of it, put the rest back up, and stitched it for
It's
good.
possible that she hadn't gone to the hospital before when this
She
happened.
just stepped it back.
She
up,
just
yeah.
decided this is the second or third time my vaginas fell out, so maybe I'm going to call 911.
Chicks are so diesel.
You know, she's a tough lady.
Does that mean our assholes come out when we're old?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prolapsed anus,
Yeah.
it can happen.
Okay, so what would trigger a prolapsed anus that didn't have anything to do with like butt sex or fisting or
A
anything?
grippy dick.
That's a great question. I can't really think of anything, but
Like if
I
you're
know a
90,
Bonsai, her anus got popped outside because somebody pulled out, like they were railing her really hard and it popped out.
Lord.
but if you're just like an old man who's not having butt sex and stuff,
Yeah.
like if you're 90 and you push too hard when you're crapping, you think that could cause like a prolapse?
I don't know. Like I said, I became a paramedic in 6-7 months. I'm not a doctor. I do know that an overwhelming percentage of people that we found in their homes were on the toilet and in between the wall space and the toilet. They're taking a shit and they vagal out. Their blood pressure gets super affected as they're bearing down, and you find them naked, just blah, blah, blah. One time we had a guy who was like 500 pounds, and we have to get him on his feet, and his pants are down. He was in the middle of going to the bathroom, and he looks at me and he goes, "Well, are you going to wipe?" He wanted me to wipe him.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nope, this is where we draw the line in the sand." Absolutely not. It was
Was
gross.
he angry that you didn't wipe him?
He was
Alright.
very upset that I didn't go above and beyond.
How do you get him on a stretcher?
So we have this giant thing that you'll see like with animals, like sea life. It's a huge tarp that rolls out that has about 5 handles on each side. So you get 5 guys on one side,
yeah.
5 guys on another, and lift the person.
Yeah.
And then you have a special stretcher that has a longer ambulance that you have to call out.
Oh,
my
wow.
Yeah.
God.
It's like the stretch limo of ambulances.
Because
How
some
fancy.
people have become so large that we
Yeah.
no longer can contain them.
Correct.
Good for you, large people.
Yep.
I always wondered about that. You know, I feel like there's a mechanism in people where, because I get that I'm a potential fat person and I can put on weight pretty quick if I get hurt or I'm busy and I still smoke weed and eat a bunch of candy before I go to sleep and I don't skate or work out for a week or two. I'll get a little chunky. Sometimes, not all the time, but when I do, there's a certain size where I'll see myself and go, "Oh, no, that won't be happening. We gotta figure this out. We gotta get back on the program." And I always felt like I've always had that, and it's a concern. Like it will trigger. I can't get it out of my head. I'm fat all day, and I can't stop thinking about how I'm fat all day until I'm not fat all day. And that it won't switch off. And I feel like there's people out there that just go, "Meh. Oh
Dude,
man, I
I've-
don't even fit in my pants anymore. Man, I get some new ones."
The brain's a wild thing. Whatever's going on with this person. I've had people literally that their diabetes gets so bad, they lose a foot, they lose a toe, then they lose a leg below the knee, then they lose another knee. And they're just like, yeah, good. Keep doing what I'm doing. And they'll tell you, move me, do this, do that. They like almost like they like being served and the attention from the hospital staff, from the firemen, the whole thing. It's like this, it's a very odd thing. I'm like, your body parts are being chopped off and you're acting like you're in a great place. It's wild.
People like a certain way of living. Tony Hawk, the documentary that's out, his dad, that ate a certain way that was bad for him, and the doctor was like, "You can't eat like that." And he tried, and then at one point he just started to go back to his old ways, and he told his family, "I'd rather live like this for a shorter amount of time." And that's like everybody in the family had to take that, and in the end, he ended up getting lung cancer, and the thing that he was worried about getting, I can't remember what it was, cholesterol thing that was really bad. He ended up not dying from that anyway. Like lung cancer just came out of nowhere and took him. But I can see it in Tony's eyes when he tells me the story of when his dad was like, "Look, I really just want to eat. I love barbecue,
Yep.
And it's like, you can tell someone you really love to drink,
But
And if
imagine
I don't drink, I'm gonna be miserable for the next 10 years, or I could die in 5 drunk. Let me go. I don't.
But imagine this. It doesn't just affect the person and their family. It affects the entire system, right? When you're crazy unhealthy and sick, that's why our hospitals are packed with people.
Yep.
It's preventable stuff. So then it overloads the system. Imagine if everybody just had like a basic ate like we're supposed to.
Yep.
Our society would be totally different. It's
Yep.
never going to happen.
No,
because it is your life. You can do whatever you want.
It's
but-
the way of the American dream is set up to when the people make the most money, they figure out a way to give you the cheapest product and make the most amount of money from it. And now it's the food industry has figured out. I don't think they did it on purpose. I think the people that made the most money were like, look, I can get 49 cent tacos going for the next 15 years. Stop me. And you can't. They just keep making fucking tacos for 49 cents. So when you're in a hurry and you're broke, like fucking almost everybody, you go and you eat there. I can tell from doing comedy in, more middle America areas, the food intake is like an Uber driver told me, yeah, there's one rich college. They go to like the rich supermarket and get organic shit. It's these guys. And I could tell this lady had never had a clean meal, a non-processed meal. And if you did have one, you're kind of a bit of a pussy. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You've got it wrong. And it's like everybody there has got it wrong because it's
and we were taught wrong. The food pyramid that we all grew up with was wrong. But
that pyramid still, middle America, that pyramid is still
it's
solid.
alive and well. But if you could just take a person for 30 seconds and put them in the healthy body, they would go, holy shit, I feel like a superhero.
See, that's the thing that because I've been healthy and I can tell when I put 20 pounds on, how much of my athleticism goes, how much I can even tell, like if I carry some shit for somebody or I go upstairs and I'm like, that's not normal. I don't like this. But if you've never been there, you've never had that, then you're right. You wouldn't know what you're missing.
You know what most of the knee replacement surgeries are? They're because people are overweight and these knees were not designed to carry an extra 100, 150, 200 pounds. Almost all of them. And then you're sitting there talking to the person and you're going, you know, this is why you're getting your knees replaced. And they don't. They're just like, well, I have these pills that they're giving me. It's mind blowing. But I wanted to say something else. Do you know who Steve Hawk is? Tony's brother.
Fuck yeah.
He's a big dude in the surf world.
He taught Tony how to surf. He did a lot for Tony when it came to all that stuff.
Yeah, he was the head of Surfer Magazine for a long time. He did a lot for me, reading his articles.
He's an awesome dude.
He's a good dude. Yeah.
What about him?
I just want to say he's a good dude. I didn't know if you knew about him.
Yeah, I've been around enough to hang out with Steve.
Nice.
Yeah, he worked with Tony for a while too.
Cool.
When they had that whole business where it was all family, his manager was his sister and stuff, because they're way older than him.
Yes.
So it's a little bit, they were more like a bit of a dad and mum to him because he was so little. Good people.
Yes.
Very good people.
Speaking of put on weight, you guys see the pictures of Mark Wahlberg putting on weight for a role in a movie called Father Stew?
I've
Put
never
on
seen him put
out
on
of
weight.
shape weight.
Yeah, he was downing 7 to 11,000 calories per day, up to and including drinking glasses of olive oil.
Whoa. Olive
That's
oil.
fucked up.
Good for him.
He still
Actors love doing that.
They do, and he still looks good because
He's jacked.
there's a certain amount of like once being muscular is your lifestyle, you put on weight
He wears the
the
fat
right way.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like going proportionately the places you'd want. I've always been jealous of those guys. I think I'd be
Me
more
too.
comfortable getting fat if I thought I would. Some people look okay fat. Their body just
If you're
goes.
jacked and you're fat, it's kind of a look.
Yeah. But even at that, like certain people just get.
But you have to have a goatee. There's a lot of dudes,
Wow.
fat guys with the goatee. Oh my goodness,
He's
Mark.
kind of got that going.
I like this Mark.
He looks snuggly.
Yeah, he does.
That's gotta be like crushing for Mark Wahlberg though, right? I mean,
Why?
his entire life he's just been fit, muscly, ripped. That's like kind of been his thing since day one, and then to let it all go.
Yeah, but he's not letting it go. It's another way of training.
I know,
he's
and I
like,
know
he's
he'll-
like, oh, you know, because I bet you he does the shred thing where he leans out, or I'm just gonna bulk up and be super jacked. Now he's like, now I'm gonna be fat. His mission is, how do I get fat this fast? Watch me get fat, and then also when he's done with the movie, watch him get back into shape because he's gonna love the process.
Yeah, he
he's
literally
addicted
says
to doing this.
It was not a lot of fun. Because he said, I tried to do it in a healthy way. 12 eggs and 12 pieces of bacon, 2 baked potatoes, a porterhouse steak, 2 bowls of white rice, and a glass of olive oil.
Whoa.
And then there was, that was 1 week. And then another week there was more
Man.
carbs. Last week there were a lot of starches. And then he said, and then a lot of sodium just to get as bloated as possible.
His turds must be fucking astronomical.
You're great. Don't
Yeah.
ever change.
I bet he could sell them.
Well, I mean, if
big
he's
market.
drinking a cup of olive oil, they probably just rock it out like a Nerf gun.
Oh.
That's kind of a good thing. I'd rather they shoot out without any force, but I don't know if I could just drink oil.
Ooh, tar. Have any of you ever stepped on tar at the beach?
Yeah,
It takes
'cause it's-
forever to get off.
Yep.
Olive oil.
Wow.
Comes right off. Lickety split.
I one time when I was a little kid, because my dad did road paving and stuff, so he took me to the job site one time when I was a little kid, and I was bored as shit. And there was just, an asphalt layer laying out all the stuff, and then the steamroller comes along and flattens it out, and they're paving this road. And I think I was like 12 or 13 or something. And I looked down and I was like, you know what? I'm going to blow people's minds. I'm going to fucking put a handprint in this. So when people are walking down this road, they're like, wow, somebody really strong must have punched this. So I got hot asphalt and cement confused and put my fist in it.
Oh my goodness.
And when I brought it up, there were still like burning hot pieces stuck to my melted flesh. And one of the guys working on the crew, he didn't know what to do, and he just got so freaked out, he put me in like an arm lock and started rubbing the coals, trying to get all the hot coals off, which just rolled around and absorbed more melted skin.
That sounds horrific, dude.
Yeah, it sucked.
Oh my God.
Wow, what an idiot.
Eat a lot of paint chips as a kid?
Quite a few.
Me as well.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
as well.
Shout out to the lead days.
That's
One
right.
time I had, when I was real little, I had a Pee Wee 50 and I was riding in the parking lot. And it was all gravel because we were somewhere and I was like, I don't want to hang out. I just want to ride my bike. And my dad was like, yeah, go for it. And I had gumboots on and Speedos because I was in the swimming team. And I had my swimming Speedos on and the dog got in the way and I slammed on the front brake and went over the bars and skidded across my stomach through the gravel. And I remember my dad trying to pick out rocks out of my stomach, and the flies were, because it's like a hot Australian summer, and all flies are trying to get on me. And
Oh,
I was like, get them off, get the fucking rocks out.
What you did though, like you probably was a superhero thing, punching that thing. Like I'm gonna punch it. Like, do you think kids are still doing the stuff they see on TV? Like I knew so many kids that tried WWF stuff off the stairs, hurt themselves. Do you think that shit's still going
Fuck
on?
yeah,
at all?
according
Yeah.
to TikTok, yep.
Yeah. Jeez.
100%.
Maybe more. Seems like more people and people that are less agile are like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it too. Because I
That
just
is
always
true.
see a lot of videos of like drunk girls and
Yeah.
and big dudes jumping off the house roof and missing
Mm-hmm.
the thing that they're trying to land on. I'm like, wow, you just did like a 20-foot hipper.
A lot of people
Yeah.
overestimating their capabilities. out
Yeah.
there.
I did my
Alcohol.
thing because I was stupid. When I was a kid, there was no YouTube clout to chase. That's a whole nother element. It's not just like I'm mimicking what I'm seeing on TV. It's like, wait a second. If I do something stupid and film it and upload it, I could also get, attention and fame.
That's a
So I
whole
think there's a
nother thing.
whole other type of fuel just powering stupidity.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd say the video element has to have upped it a little bit for the reasons you just described. But I remember hearing that Mr. Rogers came out of retirement when I think the first Superman movie came out because he was so outraged that they would aim something at children that would inspire them to do anything dangerous. So he like made a special about a kid putting on a fucking like blanket on his back and jumping off the roof thinking he could fly like Superman. So this is something parents have been panicking about for 50
You're
years.
right. I remember. Yeah, it's true. Ugh, scary.
Wasn't there a big Wrestlemania that happened on the weekend or last weekend or some shit?
There was.
Was there?
Big
Yeah.
fan here.
Are you really?
Big fan. No, not really, but
Oh.
I am a big fan of what's going on. Yeah, it was a big deal. The huge podcaster, what's his name? Who's the boxer?
Oh, one of the Paul brothers,
Logan
right?
Paul.
Yeah, he got in and he's legit, dude. He's an
Yeah.
athletic fella. He did
Yeah.
amazing. He did a frog bomb, which
Yeah.
is like a move they do.
Frog bomb.
Johnny Knoxville was in it. They had a bunch of celebrities.
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey, though, that was a big, shocking thing.
She showed up.
She took the loss.
She
which-
lost.
She lost, which was big news.
Wow.
I saw
She's
a
pretty
clip
good at
of.
that, though.
She,
I saw a clip of.
Did she
like
retire and
Stone
like
Cold,
never speak to anyone again?
Stone Cold came out, and he was.
That's right.
He was drinking a beer with Vince McMahon in the ring,
Yeah.
and then he did the pump fake. Like
Yeah.
he thought they were broing down, and then he kicked him in the stomach and tried to give him a stunner.
Yeah, I saw it.
Vince McMahon like fucked the whole thing up and
Yeah.
like tripped and fell over, and then his head slipped out of the arm, and it was
It was
the worst stunner ever.
yeah. I saw that.
Vince has got to be 70,
yeah.
right?
That's crazy that he would let anybody knock 70 that can just fall to their butt is impressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he is on every
Everything.
enhancement known
All
to
of
man. He's still 70, but he's not the ordinary 70-year-old
true.
by any.
That's a
but
good
yeah.
point.
It's inspirational to know that somebody 70 can still look and do that.
Yeah.
He
Because
still
I'm
looked pretty
like-
jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him, Stallone, they're out there.
Yeah. What is it that they, I think it's got a lot to do with what they did when they were younger because they know
Make lots of money?
well,
Is- I mean,
I don't know about, I guess, I don't think you have to be a millionaire to look like them when you're 70, but I don't think you can do it broke.
True. Yeah.
But you can, it's like, sure, he probably does HGH and all this other stuff, but I don't think it's as important as eating clean. Like if you're 70 and you just eat strictly clean, no processed food, you know exactly what you're putting in, you drink lots of water, you get your sleep. Steroids helps. Like testosterone, if I lose testosterone, I'm not going to be as jacked, but healthy, you'll
That's
be
true.
healthy. Like all doctors that hand surgeons where their hands are underneath the x-ray machine, like they all are plant-based because they know that it like fights cancer. It's
Mhm.
like helps prevent it.
Right.
And I believe doctors. So I feel like that is a bigger part than people make it out. It's just like Tony broke his leg and people are like, oh, you're getting better because you're rich. He's like, no, fucker. And I know for a fact he's not on anything. He doesn't do any of that shit. I've tried to get him on it. He is taking the rehab very serious and he's doing the exercises every day, all day. And anybody else could do it. If you had broke your leg, same insurance. So people make this, it's because he's, on all the drugs. I'm not saying that Vince McMahon isn't on all the drugs. I'm just saying he also probably doesn't drink, all these other things, gets his
Absolutely.
sleep, blah, blah, blah. 'Cause
I think-
if you don't, you fucking
Yeah.
die.
You
No,
have a heart
I
attack.
I think all those things are true, but I think like specifically talking about Vince McMahon and to a slightly lesser extent Stallone, you're talking about guys that have been like at the forefront of figuring out what's possible. It would not shock me. I'm not accusing him of this, but it would not shock me if Vince McMahon has invested money in like
Yep.
steroid research going back 25 years, and he's fucking had a farm full of people to go, well, this is working for him. That's not.
I mean, there's
working for
already.
him.
What if
this-
that's what it was really all about? He's like,
The whole
I
time.
want to live forever. I'm going to create this thing where we have these giant men on steroids
Yeah.
and they wrestle, but it's really just an experiment so I can live longer. I'm going to pump them full of whatever shit I get, see if it works on them, if they die,
Yeah.
if they go crazy.
Bad news.
I won't use
We
that.
lost Coco Beware.
I'm going to Colombia soon to get stem cells on my injuries, but I'm also doing liquid, like an IV of stem cells. Maybe he does that.
I'm sure he
For
does.
sure.
Maybe he does that all the time.
Yep.
I think he
and
does.
that would be something that, you got to be
Billionaire.
rich.
Yeah.
Billionaire.
Right. Well, that's probably why Madonna looks so great these days. Have you seen
You're
her
being
on,
sarcastic?
on TikTok recently?
You see this? Jason, you
Is
need to
their
see this.
Is their head real big?
I need
think
you to
saw-
send a message out to the material girl right now. Have you show him the picture?
Yeah, I don't think I.
Yeah, she posted. It was sort of a strange.
Is she 70?
She is
65, right?
in her 60s. I know that.
63.
Yeah, because she did like a lingerie shoot at 61 that some people were
Dang.
poking some fun at and saying maybe
She got ass implants,
our
right?
time for lingerie shoots should have passed.
What photo are we looking at?
So she posted a TikTok. It's sort of a weird TikTok to begin with because she's like reacting, well, not reacting to like a slowed down version of I think her song Frozen from the Ray of Light album, but it's her face that's really people are reacting to.
Weird.
She has gotten a little alien-y.
Yeah. Wow. Is she doing that on purpose? Why is she? Oh. Wow.
Wow, she almost showed her nuggets right there.
Yeah, we almost had a nip slip.
So that is a lot of Botox, right, Katie?
That's a lot of Botox and a lot of filler too, because you can see how her cheeks
Yeah,
are
her
just like
cheeks are
extending
huge.
past like her temples on
Yeah.
her face. That's that's too much filler. That's overfilled.
Like she does not. You could barely tell that's her. She kind of reminds me of, in Conan when the snake guy turns into the snake, but before he really before he goes full snake.
Tulsa Doom.
Yeah. She looks like she's just about to turn into a 12-foot anaconda and slither out of the room.
That might actually happen. I mean,
Right? Like that might be like
I wouldn't be
we didn't
shocked.
see the rest of the
I'm like,
video. She actually
sick.
slithers off.
Yeah.
Maybe your cheeks were so
Holy
big because she was
shit.
still swallowing like a hamster or some.
Oh, like
medium-sized
she ate a
rodent.
rabbit?
Yeah.
Yes, Katie's got it. Look, tell me that's not. Tell me that's not identical.
Oh,
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, Madonna.
It seems like what happens sometimes is you kind of.
What's his name again?
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, one of the greatest
AKA Tulsa
actors.
Doom.
How
Yeah.
dare I? There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Right before he goes full snake.
hey, Madonna, we are having
Fucking
some
hell.
fun, but I just want to say,
Oh,
people age gracefully. One of the greatest dudes in the world, Bill Murray,
yeah.
hasn't had any work done, and we love him for it. Ladies, you could do the same thing if
What's
you
a
want.
lady that's similar to Bill Murray?
I don't know. Does anyone know a lady in Hollywood that's an actress that has not?
Like Betty White was real old.
Betty
and
White was.
She was cool.
Legit.
Has
She
Helen
didn't-
Mirren gotten work?
Who's that?
Helen Mirren's a
Um,
beautiful older actress.
Judi Dench. She's pretty old.
But you want to talk about somebody who was like sort of not known solely for their looks, but was known to be a really attractive person. Like Helen Mirren, she's weird because I feel like she only became a sex symbol when she was like 65.
It's true.
Did we all have boners for her before she was old?
When you say sex symbol, does that mean everybody in the room would fuck her?
Yes, it became her.
Oh, okay.
It became her.
Kevin, would you fuck her?
Currently?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. Okay.
I mean, have you seen pictures of her young?
No, I
She
don't.
wasn't.
I don't even know who we're talking about.
She was a fucking babe.
So she
was
became
super cute.
You know how Rene Russo for a while was like every 40-year-old actor's girlfriend
Right.
in movies because they were too old to be with 20-year-olds, so they got Rene Russo instead. Helen Mirren became that for like Michael Caine aged guys.
Oh,
So-
her, yeah.
yeah.
I'm not into it.
Okay.
I wasn't into it when she was young either, though. I don't
Really?
like that look.
I think she was pretty.
The classic older lady. Oh yeah, she's younger. Look at that.
Yeah, she got hotter when she got older.
Right.
Everybody's got different tastes, but
I mean, I'd
Gr-
still fuck her, but that's
I think though the plastic surgery, it's still not. It's in the beginning phases. It has not been for perfected people. And when you start to look like a lion and you're a 75-year-old woman,
that's cool.
that's not fucking cool.
I don't know.
You think it's cool? I think it's
I would like to
weird.
look like a lion when I'm 70.
Like the crazy cat lady?
I don't really care. At 70.
Oh, what about remember those two twins that died of COVID together?
The French guys.
Yeah.
With like the
Oh,
they look
that
like
was
I'd be
bad.
more
Munch's
into
Scream
having
painting.
like the helmet, the gold face, like the guy from Flash Gordon.
Sure.
Bring me the boar worms guy.
Yeah.
I would just like to have a metal face. And you can see my eyes, but that's it.
Dude, I know that you're 100% serious right now.
Yeah.
And that may happen for you.
Yeah, there
It
should be
might.
like a
If
tasteful.
things keep going my way, that is what's going to happen.
Should be like a tasteful rite of passage. Like when you're a little kid, you have like first communion and like high school graduation, prom, and then when you turn 70, you just like assume a Daft Punk helmet.
Yeah.
Let's normalize Daft Punk helmets.
Yeah, because
for
I'm
the
sick
elderly.
of watching old people eat eggs and
Dude,
shit too. Like,
100%.
put a fucking helmet on.
Dude, one of my entire life, it started with my father because he seemed old because he's a dad. Anytime I'm eating, I get physically sick if I see an elderly person.
Me too.
eating. It really upsets me.
Yeah. Their
I know
mouth.
that's mean.
I know,
but
me
I'm
too.
just being honest.
Me too. It's fucking rude. What's up with your mouth? Why? What? It's so old.
And
it
the
doesn't look-
noise, everything,
Yeah.
a lot of.
Yeah, it looks dry in there. It looks like the food is screaming for help in your mouth. It's just a bad time all the way around. Who's that, Michael?
Julianne Moore. I looked up a list of actresses who are aging gracefully, and it's hard to tell. I'm not saying this about actresses or Julianne Moore or anybody. Where do you draw the line between aging gracefully and no, they just got a tasteful amount of good work done? We'll never really know. But yeah, Julianne Moore doesn't look like when she was naked, flashing her red-haired vagina in every other artsy movie 20 years ago, but she's like what an attractive 60-year-old lady looks like. And to be clear, I don't think people were shitting on Madonna for doing a lingerie photo shoot when she was 61. I don't think 61-year-old dudes should be fucking Tom Sellecking on a bearskin rug next to a fireplace either.
Well, you better not be around for my 60th
I
birthday.
am well aware.
So
I am well
that's
aware.
happening for sure. If I make it to 60, holy shit, we're raging.
Yeah, and to be fair, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like growing up a young girl and society's pressures and seeing all these things. If the people are happy with the way they look, I say more power to you. Just be aware. We all know.
Yep.
We can tell.
Same with your toupee. We
true.
know. You know?
Yeah.
You're not fooling anybody.
Did you see the I haven't seen the show, but the posters for Renee Zellweger's new show?
Yeah, she
No,
had
I
a new. She
haven't.
got a new face a long time ago. And kind of hurt her,
It's
right?
not a new face. It's Jerry O'Connell's old face.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's the name of
What
her
was
new
it? Was
show?
he in Stand By Me? Is it that face?
No.
Kind of
it's-
around her?
I mean,
Oh, it's called The Thing About Pam?
yeah.
Is that the name of the show?
Yeah, the graphics been on the side of buses and stuff.
Is it this one?
What the?
It's
fuck?
Jerry O'Connell, bro.
That's
What the
She looks
fuck is that,
totally
mate? That's not real, right? She doesn't really look like that now, right?
Beats me.
What is that,
dude. We got to show some men that have had crazy plastic surgery. This isn't fair to the
Well,
ladies.
you could do
Kenny
Sylvester
Rogers.
Stallone. Sylvester Stallone's got a wig on.
Mickey Rourke?
Really?
Fuck yeah. You didn't know
I
that?
didn't know that.
Have you seen Kenny Loggins recently?
I mean, it's not a wig. It's
Is he still in the danger zone?
Yeah, he
or-
took the highway
He took
to
the highway
he
to
took
it.
the highway to the strip mall Botox clinic.
Oh,
yeah. He
geez.
looks like a lady.
Yeah.
Wow.
mean-
who's that?
That's Kenny Loggins.
That's Kenny. He looks good.
Looks good.
That's
Yeah,
great.
he looks great.
Yeah. Whatever surgeries he got, that is enough. Maybe close up, it's a bit terrifying,
Yeah, I
but
have a
that's a
feeling-
great photo.
I have a feeling if you see him in person. it's
Hey,
a
my
different story.
grandfather got his eyelids done. He's almost 90.
Eyelids done. What do you mean? Put
Where
new ones
they
in?
start to droop like this.
Yes.
And then they put, I guess those aren't your lids. I think he had both done. But the guy shows up. He's almost 90. Comes to my house. I never see the man. And he goes, hey, I'm just in town. I'm going to see an ex-girlfriend up the road from you. He
Fuck
lives in
yeah.
Texas. Dude, my grandfather, this is insane. Married to my grandma for 50 years. She dies. And we're like, oh, man, he's going to really mourn. 2 months later, he married his hairdresser.
Yeah.
Now she passed away. And now he's back. He's on it. 89 years old.
He's like the Highlander
Wow.
of.
And he's a silver fox. He's a
Right.
handsome man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what it's like to be the Highlander, I imagine. Your wives keep dying on you and you just keep living. It's kind of cool.
That sounds amazing.
Like, man, I've seen a lot of shit. Trust me. You know, I've seen. It's gonna be weird to have a lot of your girlfriends die too.
My
You're
grandma.
like, oh man, there goes another one.
Yeah, that
Man,
was
how
my,
do I keep living?
that was my grandma's situation. My grandma, on my dad's side, buried 3 husbands and like a boyfriend that she didn't even get around to marry.
There can only be one, man.
Yeah,
Only
and
be
actually, the guy that I thought was my grandfather when I was a kid was really my step grandfather. He had sons that fit the description of what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, where they lost toes and then they lost feet. My
Yep.
fake grandfather was a normal sized dude, but both of his sons were gigantic. And I could remember going to IHOP, International House of Pancakes, and them ordering multiple entrees
Oh, yeah.
and having to act like that was just a normal thing. And that
But
was in the 80s.
What you just said, though, I don't know how you guys are in your family. Nobody tells me anything. Even now, 42 years old, I find out secrets of the family years later, if at all. They don't tell me shit. Like,
Man, I'm the opposite.
I don't know what's true.
I
and
know
what's not.
all the secrets because I was around before people grew up, so I watched it, and then
You know the truth.
yeah, and then all of a sudden my dad got remarried and tried to make it the right way and became like a really good parent as far as I could see. Like, he was always supporting them and and he did well financially. But when I was around before that, he wasn't like that. And then because I knew the darker sides, when the good things came, I was still counted in the bad stuff. Like if we were gonna, if he's gonna go bang some chick on his speedboat, he'd call me and see if I wanted to come because he had an extra chick. And if my brothers had known that, that's their fucking mum that he's cheating on, not my mum. And we weren't really that. We were clashing a lot back then because I kind of felt like I was here first and you guys are moving me out. Like it's
Right.
pretty apparent that the only thing that's bad about this fucking family is me.
So did you view your father as a hypocrite because of he's
Dog.
A dog.
Yeah.
You'd say a dog. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but at the time, I thought he was cool for doing that because I didn't stop and think about my brothers at all. I didn't realize what it would do to them if they knew that. It was only many years later where I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you should have called him out like immediately for that, but you went with it. You went with it multiple times because it seemed like that was the cool thing to do, and it also seemed like no one else knows about this, but he's sharing it with me. We get a hotel room, I fuck some chick in the jacuzzi, and then him with some other chick trying to crack the door open, check it out. Like just all kinds of things when I look back now where I'm like, what the fuck?
That's wild.
That's so wrong. Why did you do that?
Wow.
But I know stuff that they don't know and stuff that they don't want to know. Like
And there's no reason for them to know at this point, probably.
Yeah, well, the thing with him touching me, like they don't want to believe that happened. And then, before he passed away, they all thought that he was on the straight and narrow and he was no longer being a cheater or whatever, but he totally was, and he was doing live sex shows and doing all kinds of crazy stuff before he passed away, and they didn't know anything about that. So I think they found out a little bit about that in the last year or two, and that makes them think that maybe it's a potential thing that he did something to me because it seemed like he would do anything if given the chance. So, but we're not that cool because of the things that I've tried to share with them to help them understand my position. And they grew up in a different world, even though it was the same world, but they got this one chunk that they never saw. So they're like, what do you mean Dad did stuff to you? Like, there's no fucking way he would do that. And I'm like, I can't believe he would do that either. But I also, when I found out from his work partner that he was doing live sex shows, I didn't believe that either. That doesn't make any sense. What? He's fucking 53. Who the fuck's paying to watch an old man fuck someone on stage?
There's only
But
two
it
things.
really was real. He did do that.
There's either the truth and not the truth. It's one of those two things. And I've always thought that it's better to live your life in the truth. I know so many people that say they're one person, whether they're a pastor of a church and they're a dog, but they're pretending they're not. It's better to come out, be who you are, say what you are, and live your life that way. So what you told your brothers, there's either the truth or not the truth. And you know what that is at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I guess I don't know. I want to say I'm okay with it. It still hurts and affects me because I miss my brother, and we don't talk as much. We never really, my other brother passed away. That was the one that I was a little closer to. But even that, I was always over here trying to be a skateboarder. I was, I'd come back for a month and be like, hey, I'm your fucking brother. And we go hang out and drink. And then off I go to the La La Land again.
But that opportunity, that door's not closed for you to heal that with your brother.
We still talk. We still, at this point, because he's got kids and I've got kids, and the whole thing is so uncomfortable. And I can tell, like, what was Grandpa like? Like, he's not going to say, he did this, and that, like horrific things. But I live in a pocket where that's all I know now. Like, I don't perceive him as a good guy anymore. Like, I just see it as, what the fuck were you guys doing with me? Like, where's my fucking apology? Like, what? Let alone question my shit. Like, why are you not like, is there anything I can do?
That should be the response.
Right.
Absolutely. 100%.
But I know that that's not, to do that means that they have to face something that's just like maybe not worth it in their life. If they can just erase that happened and move on, he's gone. Nobody talks about it. I'm not there anymore. I get why they would want to go that route than the other, because he made all of them.
Deep down, they know in their hearts who the man really was, and that may be something that they don't really want to look at.
Yeah, maybe, because I feel like the last piece of information that my stepmother got even right now, I'm like, it must have been really fucking hard for her to hear that, like he promised he wouldn't be like that again, Yep. And then to know that he just never respected it, ever. It's some bullshit. But I don't know why I was saying, because I know what it's sometimes knowing more and not telling the rest of the family, it's not such a bad idea. I think that's what I was trying to say.
I agree.
I feel like as long as you're good with it,
mm-hmm.
You got to process it yourself. And if you can't expect anybody else to do that. You got to, I'm not waiting for anybody to be like, you know what? Man, I'm surprised you're still here, man. That was really a really fucked up run. But I don't need that. I need to just try to enjoy my life.
Absolutely. I think the key to not disclosing information from the past is, did the person actually change? So say somebody did something horrific in the past, but then they changed, and maybe their kids were very small and did not know about the incident that happened. There's no point in telling them as adults now, because it will completely radically change their view of their parent.
Yeah.
Right.
Which worries me a little bit, because my kids know that it wasn't that great of a childhood. And if they go back to Australia, their cousins are under the impression that it was. So
it is what it is. You're still family, and it's broken and it's messy and it's ugly. And that's what's happening. So you break bread, you sit down, you sit around, you talk, you hash it out, and you all love each other at the end of the day.
That's where it's headed. That's my brother and I have had that phone call where it's like, look, whatever happened, we're family. It's more important.
That's it.
And I was like, yep, you're right. So we don't need to go there anymore.
Nope. And that all your kids have a better experience than you guys did, and are able to thrive and be the people they're going to be,
Yeah, so when you look at it like that, it's a really happy story, because yes, all his kids and my kids are not, they're good.
That's a miracle.
Yeah.
That's a win all day long.
Yeah, I can tell he's a super dad. He's an excellent father, and not like, he was never like that. It was more of that's why I can tell parents are very important. I saw a part that rubbed off on me, and then when he got older, he shared a different part of himself to my brother, and my brother is a different kind of Ellis. He has a lot more, he's a lot more thoughtful to other people, to the point where he's a little bit of a conservative, because he shies away from leaping out and doing sporadic stuff, because I think it's been shown that that's not a good idea.
So we're not going to see you and him in the studio 3.5 hour podcast.
Yeah, fuck no.
That's never happening.
No, he won't talk.
No.
He came by the old show a couple times.
Yeah, but he didn't talk.
Yeah.
Lee's not a big talker. I mean, he is now. I can tell he's a little bit more, he's a dad. It's like fucking whatever, but he was shy when he was a kid. So I think when he would drink, that's when it would come out.
Right.
And we were a big drinking family, so it was all. I think it really annoyed him. Where it's like, oh, Lee's drunk, he's gonna talk. And he's like, I fucking talk. I can talk when I'm fucking sober. Like, I could tell it was starting to get on his nerves, because that was the thing that we knew about him, that Lee was a bit shy, but he's not now. He's a fucking man.
Yeah.
Awesome dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
What'd you do?
I have to pee so bad.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I want to piss so hard right
Pete,
now.
in there, and we'll do news. We'll do a news break, and then we'll cut out.
Wait,
we got to go.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks for being on.
I guess the show's done now, because you have to go.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, everybody. We wanted to go longer, but Jonathan over here has a surf bladder.
Something flew up my urethra.
That's what it is.
More like Jonathan P. Man.
That was super triggering. I got free woman, free ball, and what you just said. So man, fucking out of here.
Jonathan P.
Fucking over it.
Jonathan Freeman, everybody.
Jason
If you want to
Ellis
check him
Show
out
hurt my
on
feelings.
Instagram.
That's my name, Jonathan Wynn Freeman at Instagram. Honestly, this is a dream come true. You guys are all the real deal, the sweetest people in the world.
Thank you, dude. Thank you for
Yeah.
because you were. I mean, you had so much stuff set up for us
I
when we
know.
went surfing. You
That
had
was
like the
fucking
boards, the wetsuits. You were very patient teaching us.
Yeah.
Even when I got pissed off and lost my cool.
Both of them did.
you
I
calmed
saw
me
Tully
down.
punch the water as well. Very
Yeah.
funny.
Can I say one thing before
Please.
I leave? A life tip for everybody listening. It is so simple and so many people don't do it. When you say you're going to be somewhere, actually be there. When someone sends you a message, write them back immediately. Follow through. So much of life, I'm astounded every day, is you just showed up and did what you said you were going to do.
Is that Woody Allen? 90% of life is just showing up.
It's the truth. Don't be a dick is the other one. That's my big message.
That's a good one.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you might end up on the Jason Ellis Show, and dreams do come true. And this was the best day ever. And I got to piss hard.
If you're driving and you're in the fast lane and people are passing you, move over. Have a good day. Don't die.
If you want more Jason Ellis Show, sign up for their Patreon at patreon.com/EllisMate for a 2-hour show every Tuesday and Wednesday. To watch full episodes of The Jason Ellis Show, subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/The Jason Ellis Show. And don't forget to follow the crew on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tollywood, at Kevin Kraft, at Underwear Wolf, and at The Jason Ellis Show.